I lived check to check up until the early part of this century, 21st. I literally was just like, oh my God, if that check doesn't come in, I will miss paying rent. It's a bit of a strange thing to complain about. There's so many people out there who want to be in comics, who would do anything to work in comics, and me saying, like, oh, I'm a cover artist and it's so hard for me to do interiors. It's like, oh, this limousine is the wrong color. I don't mean to make it sound that way, but there are difficulties encountered at every stage of any endeavor in your life, and the difficulties encountered at the beginning are simply getting the endeavor started. Once you're actually successful at it, it's not like all of a sudden it's just milk and honey flows like tap water and just life's a dream. Then you get into these different set of problems. You get into these Matt Wagner, these different set of problems that you're going, wow, this was not in the brochure when I entered the career as a wee lad. Nobody told me I'd have to worry about this thing down the road. The problems early on for any comic book artist is, getting the deadlines done, paying your rent. A lot of times you're gonna live check to check. I mean, I lived check to check up until the early part of this century, 21st. I literally was just like, oh my God, if that check doesn't come in, I will miss paying rent. And it wasn't until I married or met my current wife. That's a terrible thing to say. Wow, I sound like Mickey Rooney. She wasn't that. Like my future ex-wife Allison. No, the girl I met, who dated, now we're married. There you go. She's right there too. I'm gonna get smacked. She sells my artwork for me, and she actually helped me get fair market value for my artwork, and that's when I actually started to make the money people thought I made. I stopped sketching at comic book conventions because, for a lot of reasons, but the straw that broke the camel's back was somebody got a con sketch from me, which is becoming more and more rare. I get 3 sketches done a weekend. Somebody laid on a real heavy sob story about always wanting to get a sketch. I got them their sketch, and within 24 hours it was on eBay. He bought it for the express purpose of flipping it. And I've gotten a lot of heat, and I've had to do a lot of damage control, where some people say, well, it's their property now, shouldn't they do what people can do what they want with their property, and don't you make enough money, what do you care? And it's like, okay, well, so at what tax bracket do you hit that it's okay to get robbed? At what point are you so have you worked hard enough your entire life that it's okay to be mugged, And I'm trying to explain to people online, it's a theft. It's like you're stealing my money because you're buying a sketch from me of $400, selling it on eBay for $1,200. Okay, you're making a 300% profit, and you didn't do anything. Okay, and people go, well, it's their property to do what they want. It's not a can of beans, or it's not like the latest Coldplay CD. It's a one-of-a-kind item, and there's 50 people lined up to try to get 3 of them done for me at a show. Because you got it, somebody who really wanted one to keep didn't get theirs. And yes, you're selling it on eBay, and the person who eventually gets it probably wants it, but for some strange reason, they're paying this middleman who did no work $800. That guy's making $800 for no reason, and it's costing a fan, and it's actually hurting me, And the fact that I've had to go defend myself, and that people are treating me because I finally got out of hock with the IRS. I finally paid off my credit cards. I'm some sort of oh, look at him in his ivory palace drinking Madonna's blood. Oh, he's so successful. How dare he say he's being ripped off? He sucks. And it's like, no, it's how much of your paycheck can I take? When you're starting out, it's it's job management, it's life management. As you get into your career, it becomes career management. If you gain notoriety and some sort of fame that goes with you, then it becomes this weird fame management thing where you're going, I actually have to maintain a level of behavior, and I have to perform at a certain level. Like if I hand in a crummy cover, it's 10 times more as, you know, dun dun dun, as a new guy, because they go like, did you see this latest thing that you know, Eisner and Harvey award-winning cover artist Adam Hughes handed in? This is full of cancer, this cover's so bad. And you're like going, I'm sorry I handed in a weak cover, but so it's like all of a sudden you're playing up to your expectations. When you've got a name, people are expecting you to do a job that's worthy of that recognition, you know? And it's like, I never thought about that starting out. It's very, very bizarre.